My next guest, you already know who he is. I don't even have to introduce him. It's Colby Covington, though. He is joining me here on the program, all the way from Oregon. He's back home for the holidays. Colby, how are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on again, James. I appreciate it. The hottest thing in the sport right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're a guy who's everywhere, the name's everywhere. I mean, you're not even fighting and people are still talking about you and it's dominating the headlines. And I want to go all the way back to when we first talked the last time, which was before the Maia fight. So you defeat Maia, you go on the mic, you have the Filthy Animals line towards Brazil. Was that something that you had pre-planned, or did that sort of just come up on the spot as far as that post-fight interview?
Just on the spot, I reacted to how they were treating me, man. They treated me like shit out there. They're yelling at me, saying they're going to fuck my mom, saying I'm going to die as I'm walking out to the cage, trying to grab my American flag. Like, no, you don't disrespect my country. You don't know the soldiers that fell down for that flag. So, I just reacted accordingly to how they were acting.
How much security did you need after that fight? Because I know, I'm sure the fans weren't too happy about that.
Dude, the security was crazy, man. Like, I remember as soon as I get out of the octagon, there's like 20 security guards covering my head. They're all like, okay, we got to go. Come on, sprint. And they're like, just duck your head. And all the guys are covering me as we're walking out. I mean, there's a complete freaking tirade in the stands. People are throwing bottles. They're $5 hot dogs. And this is a third world poor country. So, I mean, to throw your hot dog, you got to be pretty upset. Your emotions and feelings got to be hurt. So, the security team, I thank them, man. I'm thankful to be alive.
So that was Brazil, and then there's Australia with Werdum and him throwing a boomerang at you. Were you expecting him to do something like that? Like, or did that just sort of come out of nowhere?
Yeah, I was expecting it. I knew that he wants to act like a hero for his country of Brazil. Everybody in Brazil. I'm the hottest topic. My name is the biggest name in Brazil, whether you want to like it or not, whether it's hate or love. It's still the biggest name in Brazil, the most talked about thing. So, I expected some of the old guys of the Brazilian history to try and defend their country and act like a hero for their country. So, it just sucks that I got blindsided.
Yeah, and then I know the big thing from that is that you press charges. Is there any sort of update on that at all as far as, doing that?
Well, I didn't press charges. You got to get your words a little bit different.
Fair enough. Okay, let's hear it then. What happened?
Okay, well, what happened was the UFC, they came to me and they're like, what happened? Because Werdum saying that you're saying you were calling him a filthy animal, and then you kicked him, and then he threw the boomerang at you. I'm like, okay, that's a fucking complete lie. That's not even close to the subject. I'm sitting outside on my cell phone, tweeting at Tyrone Woodley to stop acting scared and being a gossip girl. And all of a sudden, boom, I get hit in the side of the face, and then boom, I get a boomerang thrown at me. But the only way I was going to be able to reenact that story, because it was going to be my word versus Werdum's word, was to get the tape from the hotel that we were staying at, the Fighter Hotel. So the only way to get to the tape from the Fighter Hotel is to go to the police. So I had to go to the police and get the fighter tapes to get the hotel tape. So the story is correct and accurate, and I don't look like an idiot. So, the truth and the security, the tapes are out there. So, it's not my word versus his word. The tape shows what actually happened. I didn't say anything to him. I'm looking down at my phone, and boom, I get hit in the side of the face. So Werdum's a freaking idiot. You can't just come and attack someone because of free speech. That's against the law.
Right. And just to clarify, so the only reason you did that was just to get the tapes, because I think the way it was covered, at least the way I saw it, was that they made it out like, you would press charges as a result of the action itself.
No, the only reason I did it is to get the tapes. I have, it's not like if he would have seriously hurt me, like if something would have happened, like I would have had a broken jaw or something, then it's a different story. But, it's not a big deal. I had a little mark in my face, whatever. He took a little cheap shot at me, whatever. That ain't shit. I fight for a living. But, I told the Australian police, I said, hey, take it easy on him, man. I'm not trying to have him get in trouble. So I took it easy on him. That's why he got that little fine. I didn't continue to press charges or make it a big deal.
Right. No, I'm glad we cleared that up, because I didn't know that, and that's again why I wanted to talk to you, because to get us the record straight on stuff like this. And then obviously there's the stuff with Tyrone Woodley as well, on Twitter and everything like that. Has there been sort of any backlash with American Top Team with the fact that he is sort of a member of the team? I know he's trains out kind of on his own or whatever, but has there been sort of any sort of teammates or anything saying anything to you? Because I've seen teammates support you as well, so it seems like there's a bit of a mix.
No, I think, you have the people that like you, you have the people that don't like you. It is what it is in life. But I think a lot of the people do understand it and they get it because, Tyron Woodley, he's at Duke Rufus. He's got Duke Rufus in his corner every fight. He used to be at ATT early in his career, but he trains in St. Louis and he trains at Duke Rufus. So a lot of the people on the team, they get what I'm doing. They get what's going on. And it's a one-man sport, dude. I'm in this to be the best, to be the belt, to have the belt. So, I don't care about Tyron Woodley. I don't care about anybody. Whoever's got the belt, that's who I'm fighting.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it certainly looks like that's what's going to be next. I mean, we'll see sort of what happens there. There's been some rumblings about you potentially coaching the Ultimate Fighter with Tyron Woodley, especially with Woodley having the surgery, so he's going to be out for a bit. Any truth to that? Anything you can shine on that? Because I think if people are going to watch the Ultimate Fighter, they would want to watch you on there with Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, there's some truth to it. The UFC and Dana White, they're trying to make it happen, spice up the season, give something that hasn't been seen before, different elements. So they want it to happen, but, the ball's in Tyron Woodley's court. Is he going to accept? Is he going to sign on the dotted line, or is he going to keep faking it? Oh, this and that. His stories are so mixed up, right? He can't even get his story right. One second he's saying after my Damian Maia fight, oh, he has pillow fist. That's the easiest fight I could ever do. I'd fight him with one hurt shoulder on Kenny Florian's podcast. And then the next thing he does, the UFC offers Tyron Woodley, Colby Covington for UFC 219 on December 30th, and all of a sudden Tyron has to get shoulder surgery. It's just, the guy's a fake, and he doesn't want to tell anybody the truth, what really happened when I used to whoop his ass in the gym at American Top Team. So, he's just trying to duck me, and we'll see if he ends up signing that dotted line.
Your gut feeling, do you feel like you fight him next?
My gut feeling? I don't know, man. It's really split because, I know he's going to drag teeth as long as he can to not want to fight me because he knows I'm the worst stylistic matchup for him. So, I don't really have a gut feeling. I'm just going to – either way, I'm going to be at the top of the mountain and I'm going to knock him off, all of them, one by one. Mark my words.
You talked about UFC Winnipeg this past weekend, calling it the JV squad. What was your thoughts on Rafael dos Anjos' performance over Robbie Lawler?
It wasn't that exciting performance, man. He looks slow. He looks weak. He has no knockout power. Rafael dos Anjos looked like the JV squad that he was, that I said. Robbie Lawler, he's the most hit fighter in UFC history. The guy's got so many miles on his chin. He's almost shot from it. He's trigger shy. The guy can't even pull the trigger anymore because his brain and whatever's going on in his brain, he's been hit so many times that he can't even react or act. So, I don't know. That's not an impressive performance. As a guy that used to know Robbie, I hope he hangs it up, and I hope the people close to him tells him to retire because, he's not on any good high-level, world-class level anymore. That guy looked bad, and so did RDA. That guy looked like a complete bum. Just a complete easy money matchup for me, and I'm excited about the future.
I saw also, the big news is you spoiling Star Wars. What sort of, prompted that as far as you doing that tweet?
Oh, man, I just, all my haters are nerds and virgins as it is, so I might as well just, make them cry for a night or 20 years, whatever they waited for it for.
But did you feel bad at all for maybe the fans of yours that might have also been Star Wars fans as well? Or was it just like it didn't matter? They had to go down with the ship as well, too.
Yeah, man, they got to go down with the ship as well. If you were getting ready to watch Star Wars and you're on Twitter before the Star Wars, that's your fault for being that dumb and immature and that much of a nerd. So, I got nothing to say to those people. They're a bunch of virgins.
Chase Sherman, a guy I didn't think you'd ever be feuding with at all, tweets about Ring of Honor, talks about, kind of the performance that happened in that, and you chime in, and of course, hilarity ensues. Did you jump in just because of the pro wrestling work you've done with Impact Wrestling, or did you sort of jump in as a fan of pro wrestling, or was it both?
There was a couple things. I jumped in as a fan of pro wrestling, and I also jumped in because he's been tweeting a little shit here and there about my name, trying to keep my name on his Twitter to keep because I'm the hottest name in the business. Everybody has an opinion on me. So, it was a couple different things. The guy, I had to point out facts and truth to that fucking idiot.
Yeah, I saw you tweeting his record and everything else. I did mention the pro wrestling stuff. You have done some work with Impact Wrestling. Any plans for that in the future? I know the focus right now is on the welterweight title shot, but is there anything lined up with you and Impact Wrestling at all?
No, nothing lined up. I'm really focused on the world title right now. I want to be in training year round. I live this 365. I'm not out on the weekends partying. I'm completely focused each and every day of my life to getting better, improving, and being the world champion and defending that belt for a long and many years to come. And I will be a good champion. I'll be fighting all the number one contenders. I'll knock them off, all of them, one by one. I love to fight, man. I ain't doing this for the money like Tyron Woodley. I'm doing this because I love it, and I love the enjoyment of it and the adrenaline rush. So, when I'm champ next year, I'm holding it down.
Did you see the UFC post-fight scrum with Woodley at all? The one that they had just because he was there for, kind of doing publicity stuff. Did you see that at all?
For which one?
It was UFC 218. He was kind of there as like a guest fighter, and they anyways, he was doing a media scrum, and and I asked him about a fight with you, and he says, I don't want to talk about that guy. He was very dismissive. Do you think you've kind of gotten into his head at this point?
I don't think I have. I know I'm in his head. I knew I was in his head, James, probably 5 years ago when we first trained. He had a tissy fit. He was crying off the mat. He was all fucking pouty and shit, complaining to the coaches. Like, oh, get Colby off me. Give me a new training partner. Give me an amateur. Easy, guys. So, I've been in his head for a long time. And now that I'm the number 3 guy in the world and I'm up on his shoulder steps, he feels it. He feels the pressure, and he knows the pressure that comes with saying my name and the pressure that comes with having to fight me. So, I know I'm in his head, and 8 weeks of TV for the Ultimate Fighter, man, that guy will be a mentally broken guy before we even ever fight.
If Woodley for some reason doesn't happen next, if the Ultimate Fighter doesn't happen, are you willing to take one more fight, or are you going to hold out for a title shot? Is that sort of the game plan?
I'm a fighter, man. I love to fight, so I'm not going to hold out for a title shot. Dana was maybe talking about a possible interim, so if the interim presents itself against RDA, that's an easy fight. I'll walk through RDA, and then I'll get the interim title and bitch slap Woodley with the interim title.
And there's a lot of options right now. There's RDA, but it sounds like he doesn't want to fight you. Kamaru Usman is fighting Emil Meek, maybe the winner of that. There's Darren Till. There's Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Would you be willing to fight just anyone, just if whatever the UFC gives you, or are you going to try and negotiate sort of a bigger fight?
If you look at my record and my resume, I've lined myself up for a very big fight. None of those guys that you were mentioning have big names. Maybe a Stephen Wonder Girl Thompson, he can get taken down and cut up like a pumpkin. That's an easy fight too. So, but I'm only looking for a big fight and a guy ahead of me. I've earned that. Look what I just did to the number 1 challenger, Damian Maia, a guy who has the second most wins in UFC history, a guy that cleared out the weight class. He cleared out the division, 7 wins in a row. That's unheard of. So, and he just fought. He was the true number 1 contender. He just fought for the belt, and he went 5 rounds with Tyrone. So, I'm next in line for the title or a big fight in an interim title. So, I'm not looking at any other those guys that you're even talking about. I never even heard of those guys.
Before I let you go, I got to ask, you're in Oregon. What's the plans for the holiday season? Just seeing family, taking it easy? What's sort of on the agenda?
Yeah, just, hanging out with family and friends, taking it easy, relaxing, just recharging up for 2018. 2018 is going to be a big year, man. I'm telling you, Chaos is going to take over and have that belt. So just rest up and recharge, and get ready for 2018 and enjoy I wish everybody to enjoy the holidays, filthy animals.
Now, which is a great line from Home Alone, by the way. I love that. As far as being on social media and stuff, with it being the holiday season, are you going to take a little break from that, or are you still going to go strong with those tweets and everything else?
I guess you just have to see. It's a mystery. I'm a mystery. No one knows what I'm going to do, and I cannot be controlled.
Yeah,
so I'm crazy, man. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but something crazy is going to happen.
And you're in Oregon, and there's been a lot of comparisons to Chael Sonnen and you. Did you like hearing that, or do you feel like you're your own person?
Yeah, I feel like I'm my own person. I'm my own brand, but that's my boy. Chael P. Sonnen. He's the first original gangster from Oregon. So he's, we've trained. We have a crazy history together, man. I go back from when I was like 11 years old, man. We grew up like on the wrestling mats together. He was at University of Oregon, and I was wrestling around the Oregon program and going to Mat Club and training with him and going to the tournaments. So, Chael's a good friend of mine, man. I got a lot of respect for that guy.
And are you doing any training in Portland while you're there, or are you just going to kind of take it easy and then head back to Florida?
Yeah. Not in Portland because I'm in Eugene. I'm doing I do a little training down in Eugene. I'm always doing something, man. Whether it's running, staying cardio shape. I'm always working ahead and improving shadow boxing. So I might try and get up to Portland one day to work out with Chael, but I'll probably be in Eugene for most of the time.
And last question for you here, most important one. What is Colby Covington's favorite Christmas movie? We got it coming up next week.
Oh, for sure. Without a doubt, Home Alone, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, I had to just double check just in case because of the filthy animals line, but no, that's a good choice. Now here's the other most important question. Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2?
Oh, the original, for sure, Home Alone 1.
Well, the New York one's pretty good, though, don't you think? With in the hotel?
I agree, but I agree. But just that first time I saw Home Alone, and I remember the feelings and like how excited and how happy it made me. I can't go away from that.
Awesome. Well, Colby, I really appreciate the time, especially while you're taking some time off during the holiday season. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you. I mean, people know the social media, I guess, but if you got any thank yous or shout outs or anything like that, man, the floor is yours.
Yeah, just, if you want to follow my journey, don't get upset. Don't take things too personal, but you can follow me at Colby Cov MMA. We're going to keep winning. No one's stopping this journey right now. So, also I just want to say shout out to American Top Team and Dan Lambert, my manager. Big love to him, and thanks, James, for having me on the show again.